Well, Longford Carhalach in the Glyphid Zernach, agus tat sli arhu dinta a Garrett Johnston, Tossin Luke Meehan sa Chul, and that's David Shannon, Keane Brady, and that's Russell Brady, Selena Long Chul, agus Selena Liachosach, Tossin Cahill McCabe, and give it a Doyeg, and that's Rory Sullivan. Ínach arhuán dinta firm banish the Kildare den oran a vu a chuachon parke in the mua and I an earvi am out the hen, Tossin Farrow gra Ivgan, shin own boy Lar Parke, and that's Matthew Buckley. Kicks here Brunted on the ball. Sinead Longford was a shot park on Fear Sheet. New Park Glennon Brothers. Can Bulcha Anna the Stachan into Aid McGellick here. Still on the cool fots like a long toss-up. And he'd score fots in ya. August cool at on the Urim Bala. A Bech with Belmont a shot east. Can Anna the Stach. You land and then I got the coolie and you're hunting a cool bottom off. Cool Escott. Kick him off and ish by Tig Foley. Fair OE. Oh, that she bolts on Ishalega. That reads in ish to Jason Matthews, Fair Northern Gales. Points of fought to get twos. Ain't the Curragh Longford let's show. Agus Kildare in the Gullah cart. Kildare, Vushid Crave Lion and Urt, the Header, Onedeg, Neachahin, V. Culted in the Rinshot, V. Shid the Gimmets and Law, Cana, Con Kavanagh, a Tacker Snachmer, Unadi, and that's Connor Hartley. Security Law and ish, Connor Early, Fair Rahins, still Longford, you can't Curragh Fadla Evan Flynn, Sheeran ish, Fadla Ben McCormick, Fair the Sar Shaley, Stephen Lawler. What's the Asher East, Connor Early, Brennan Fadla Susta Early, his hacht, Ed Hush Clay, Bulsanar, Dushi T-Steg and Foster Shinan score by Connor Early as he has points of Fotsa, a Kildare. In the hashtag, Fergal Smith, Susnair. Oh, Lords of Lady and Chin, David McGivney. On a fair can the head of points in the Glyphid Zern, the Hanai Carloch. He bolts of Brian Chin Fadla Connor Berry. Dilla Ennet on the Northern Gales. Got Shearer Cousins to Evan Flynn. Nichanan Berry is stopper. Foseg Berry. Shall Ruher and their Aintoch. Wilchanani Thiechno. Hashi got to hard at Slaston with Connor Berry. Score and leg at Zisha Caprin. On Farla Ibrahinieg at Rimege. Longford to Sanwa Curragh Blesh for Garrett Johnston. But it's Joe Hoonian Shin. She fought to give far more shot Sean Dempsey. Shearway Dempsey, Fadla Con Kavanagh. Dilla Ella on the Sar Shelley. On Cheshire Tossi and Yacht. Through Rockab on the Sar Shelley. Connor Early, Shearway Early. Fadlish and David Shea, Paul Mescal, Vishara Banal Nura, Fair Monood, oh, Golden Crew and Shinway David McGivney, Athan Shellef Foes, Egg, Footen, Brendan Hackett, Connor Early, these points of Fotsick Early, Hanahan and Yacht, oh, Glushot All and Rory Feely, Deshik Feely, Farrow E, Agus points of Fotsick, Rory Feely, Lightning Shanviarn and Ish, Nilater Bahuig points in Ish. Gemacht achten is by Luke Meehan. Who's into Dernach and Tosnunia. It's in the cool you go Longford and that's David Shanahan. Fairlaw Park own Boyle against Sinish. Tosnunia and that's Matthew Burney. Shiniro's Adaton Long Tosaka Stihan. Sean Dempsey could have had a trust on Lena Garn they get. Slua racing to Mass. Slua been even more on Gluig na Cliffy Minor shot. Slua racing to man shot. It's another ball of Foth on Keane. Evan Flynn. Brennan fought the sheer to Flynn is you have to shell of ish. Sheer and Shin fought like Con Kavanagh. Yorga Kavanagh Fecky Onion shot. Good Z shot. Jamie Flynn. She fought to Asher Ishig. Flynn. Nah, Shinan score. Ben McCormick found the Sar Shilvion of Chichnu. Years Takat Snaston shot. Fadla Sean Healy. Ibrumach. Fadla Jamie Flynn. Fair Vida Pan Eleanor. Years Aden Chin. Tacht Snaston. Gesmachtige Mag. Ethan O'Donoghue. Fadla Boyle, Nihe early at on, Tacht reads in ish, Ta Kavanagh, cool Forza Con Kavanagh. Nirum is a Sula Shin, Nilater Bach Kiera points in ish, August Ta Kildare got a Hun Keen. Clús a chlufa bhí Kildare a bhád here. Clús isteach gon chos an torn sin. Kick amach, Bulsa ag Luke Meehan, sits in Laura Parker, Lercu Shees ag Feely, Groots an Ashgama ag David McGivney. Tatamach an Ishlesh, Cian Brady. Spás agus Amanish ag Nigel Rabbit. Cian Brady Dish, Dar Ur, Dorves and Lushut, Jason Matthews for shot points ama, Lewis a Hedja. Groots an Ish, Shane Kenny. Fósa Kenny, oh, ní ra mór than sin, áireach nó ró thar an trasán way Shane Kenny. For shot cool in the chlufa dernach, fi cool benach ag an sin a ríist. Fair Lunish Og, Ronan Sweeney, Ibrush Namach, Fátan Ashady, Stick Sweeney. Pass tack a chuige way Nigel Rabbit. Oh, tá sé cáilsa ach go Groots an Ashig Rory Feely. Clúfas Bás a Munshaw. Gus a Gyunsí nish tá Ben McCormack fresh a points is a chéadle. Sin an score way Ben McCormack chuig points a Eds in the Fornia. Sin na cuairteoirí atá chun cín. Gus bhí gortú níos luachie go Enda Mackin an Longford agus Conor Hartley as Kildare. Agus tá siad goit agus í nosbazel bhil siad cloig na bhí máile rudín seo nar tharla seo. Leanam is nimitz nish Desi Reynolds. Shin points all in by Desi Reynolds. Here a points after Banish. The boots alright, based the goal reads, especially the game it's Condoleezza. So Clifford Liachanish and Conchop Bulls of Fadanish. And Kenny, Smachty Stinchin, Jason Matthews, points of Fots, Jason Matthews. Agus tá Longford attack the Nash. 3 points after Banish. Kildare bhuair siad Crave Minor line an ara. Sinna séú Crave Minor line ac o bríomh. Héad ceann an níd ag necha héan. Gyunsí tá fear mór se David Givney. Siar fud na Parker. Ronan Duffy. Rá foint atrub. Héad a foint as a chéile fát ag Longford. Can score a bit fát ag Kildare. Oh, yeah, Hama, Bez Gnoshi Cananish, Tas Boss and Shaw, like Ethan O'Donoghue, Tasha Edelina Carach Coig, Ta Bertus Longford in the ear, Sheer Fadla Con Kavanagh, Fosa Kavanagh, Tras in the Park and Chin, Fadla Stephen Lawler, Far Ratangan, the Drone Hunya, Far Drone Unadi, Shana Michael Kelly, Foss Boss like Michael Kelly, Shana score with Far OE, Honig Stachmer Unadi, and that's Evan Flynn, and it's points of Fossig a lot of. Kicks here in Ishk. Oh, be Cormac Connor early. Cur Sheer Fadlish a cool but a Tyke Foley. And cool but it's in the Gamags. They tap the Machlesh. Ach, Visha Shin Kuntertuch. Varlar Park. Own Boyle. Hotchi Kalsig. Paul Maskell. Rai Fadlish along. Tussach and Dara cool. Fotsa egg Aidan McGilligan. Botuna Mas na Coolia. Benham the Sharish. Hunnicky Stach of Adam McGillard. As Niran cool but Elina few. Canchin Blish the Sheesa Con Kavanagh, Zeshanishig Ethan O'Donoghue, Fosig O'Donoghue, Joe King, Zesha King, Tashi Korara Trasane King. Kildare Gyunsí and Ishla Con Kavanagh, Shelevig Kavanagh. Stach zone Farlor Park, Owen Boyle, Spasig Owen Boyle, King and each points of Fotsa King on a hain. Oxen Kyonchin guts a hard at and V Desher Hulige. Kick him off, Bulls of Father, Chinnig Luke Meehan, Shell of Fear Havata, Madridim Idrol, Zed in the Himmer and Shaw, Talung for the Gyunsí, 16 points of Nigel Rabbit. Fosig Rabbit into command, Chinnig Stephen Lawler, Neela Shelf calls a Fosig Rabbit. Fosig Rabbit, Chinnig throw. Kenny, he bulls the Ord, the Fornia, Ed Ho score. Thompson way, Shane Kenny. Hamid an an bhresin seo. Ládach siad Kildare tá Gionsaí. Zachtamach agus Groots an sin. Ag Michael Kelly, points eile fort ag Michael Kelly. Tuchar mór Kelly ar in immert go dtí seo. Ó tháinig sé steach mar ionadaí. Luke Meehan leis go cumach. Groots Lord Portkin sin is Gionsaí tá Jamie Flynn. So Ethan O'Donoghue. Mach fad le Kelly ríist. It's fear Yacker Kelly is stoppa. Kavanagh ríist. Oh, tá cool forza ag Michael Kelly. Tháinig sé steach níos dúche agus sin héana dó forza go bhar óg. You're mór an chance go gúlbáda. Two síntaach cura ag Kildare leis an chéad an bhresin seo. Two for score in the fourth second, but shut on fair tag amshin the score in the hopes. Michael Kelly, fair AE, fair via the Banel Norachama. Stefan Lawler Gionsaí. So Kelly, came for Nochra Kelly, a toss now. Sheer with Kelly, Fadla Ethan O'Donoghue. Hashvatare Shirishte Kelly. Stefan Lawler nish, Shigula draw, Hole, Shin points at all in by Stefan Lawler. Fongan Jashin Huig points at Eds in the Fornia. Euros are the ball to Chinik Shane Kenny. Yaidin let Aid McGilligan for the raw whole fortig August Aid McGilligan at the march is brilliant Bulsiger or Paul Maskell. Sinta Gomagin Kavanagh, fear Hokala Emirates Con Kavanagh. Share foot in the park, kick on Sinish to Owen Boyle. Owen Boyle, Foseg, Bulsordig Boyle, points at Fortig, Owen Boyle. Shacht points at Atrup, as Cummerish Gale, Gobead, Kildare, Vice the goal, Reeds, Gazine Clifford Yachanish. Cool Tastel under and ball it. After she grew to Lord Park after she calls it. Ethan O'Donoghue, Gionsaí nish, to Desi Reynolds, Fosig Desi Reynolds, Fedlesh cool Amshu, to she saw still in the points. He could have had a stress on the Desi Reynolds. She points after Benish.
Yeah, we got off to a terrible start. I mean, in fairness to Longford, with the win, that's exactly what you do. You let the ball in and you test things out, and you know they got